Welcome back. Crews continue the complicated and meticulous process of removing steel and concrete from the fallen Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. Dive teams were in the river over the weekend surveying parts of the bridge underwater and checking on the ship to ensure it can be safely floated away once the wreckage is lifted. Workers in lifts used torches earlier to cut parts of the twisted steel superstructure above the water. The Army Corps of Engineers says this is the most important project they're currently working on, not only for Maryland residents, but for the country as a whole. Skylar Henry has more on the cleanup and rebuild.
Coast Guard teams dropped buoys in the Patapsco River as part of a new alternate ship channel for some smaller boats.
We'll have a controlling depth of 11 feet. Now we're also moving forward on creating a southwest channel for deeper draft vessels that will allow for a deeper draw.
Welders are cutting away pieces of the collapsed bridge in an effort to clear out debris and fully reopen the channel for all ships. Crews also need to remove debris to reach the bodies of 4 construction workers who are presumed dead. Maryland State Police believe they have found missing vehicles underwater.
Below the waterline, along the bottom, is very challenging because these girders are essentially tangled together, intertwined.
The White House announced Monday President Biden will visit Baltimore Friday to see the wreckage and meet with state and local leaders.
President Biden and his team are working with Governor Moore, the congressional delegation, Mayor Scott, and numerous state and local officials to reopen the port, rebuild the bridge, and support the people of Baltimore.
State officials say they expect help from the federal government to rebuild the bridge.
We're going to have continued conversation with the state of Maryland to get a sense of how much this is going to cost, and we have said we're going to certainly continuing to talk to Congress to get some assistance here.
The Port of Baltimore is one of the busiest in the nation, and as long as it remains closed, the impact will be felt across the country.
Yeah, Baltimore is actually the busiest port in the country for importing and exporting vehicles, including farm equipment. Georgia is expected to see much of that cargo come through its port.